panties wet. As soon as he popped up on the scene. That was funny. No, but...
Rain down on that bitch twice. Rain down on that bitch twice. You know me, I be with whatever. If a bitch be for me, we gon' be forever. Rain down on that bitch twice. Rain down on that bitch twice. You know me, I be with whatever.
Hey. She said hey, say it back. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Monica.
And this is Lexcia Incorporated.
So serious.
So today we're gonna give our little review on Black Panther.
Went to see it yesterday. Amazing movie.
We'll start from the beginning. How you think it started off?
It started off good. It had my attention from the very start. I can't even lie.
Like the way it like played out with the little somebody talking in the beginning, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then like girl,
Somebody came on. My list was a little chat.
like the way it had it, as soon as it started, me and her were just like in the movie theater, just oh, this gonna be good.
I already knew.
Already. Okay. So it started off with who was it talking? What was it?
Wasn't it the dad telling him about, you know, the Black Panther and everything?
Yeah, it was like they was kind of giving background on it. They kind of gave background on
And the story was really interesting, like the
on how it
story.
started and how 4 out of the 5 communities in Wakanda, communities, tribes, whatever you want to call them, was like. Okay, anyways, what happened after that?
You had the communities and tribes, something. I don't know where you were going.
I forgot. Anyway, so what happened after the community tribe? That's when it went to.
Where was it? Was it New York? Where was it?
I don't know. I think it was LA. Cause remember at the end she was like, "You brought me to LA for what?"
Oh yeah. It was in the same neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it like went to where his dad's brother was. So his uncle.
Yeah, I went to where his uncle was. And I actually like his uncle, like that actor, because that actor plays on This Is Us, and I love This Is Us. If you haven't watched it, I seriously recommend it. But go ahead. Continue. She don't know. So then it goes into play when these 2 bald-headed women pop up at the house, and it's like a knock, and they was over there doing some illegal stuff, and he thought that was the feds, but it turned out it was the feds, so he opened the door, and the 2 bald-headed ladies came in, and then boom boom, they did the little torch thing, and it went
He's stupid.
it went boom boom, and then it went dark, and then boom, the king popped up, and then he was like, "My king."
No. You remember? Because he had to prove that he was from Wakanda. So
he had to show the lip thing, which I actually think that's tight. I wouldn't do it, but that's tight. Like it's like a little secret code. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And then the king popped up, and they did my king. What happened after that? Let's jump forward a little bit. King kills him. Sorry, spoiler alert. Shouldn't have watched this review.
You're terrible.
King kills him, and
they leave and they go back to Wakanda. I would say Rwanda. Back to Wakanda, and you know what happened? It was present day, and
he was gonna go pick up somebody. That's what he was going. He was on his ship. The other bald head lady.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
that's Michonne too from Walking Dead. Another good show. Recommend.
And he had that little dust thing. Or what was it? Was that titanium chrome? Anyway, they had the little dust, and they seen that his girl or whatever was in there. And he was like, "I got this," and he like they threw something on the car, and then it stopped the engine.
By the way, I love the language they spoke in it. Oh, it was real, like, I felt it. I really like, let's jump a little bit, blah, that happened.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about, So they had the ceremony. All the tribes, or what would you call them, communities, tribes or whatever, they're all there at the rocks. Oh no, let's talk about when he finally gets home and his mom and his sister waiting on him.
Oh yeah, she was talking mess. His little sister was talking mess and stuff. That was so funny. And she was like, she asked what was it, like the strongest warrior or whatever, the bald-headed one. She was like, did he freeze up? And he was, what she said, she was like something. It was so funny though.
And then his mom was Angela Bassett.
Beautiful.
Love her.
Very, very.
I don't know why she doesn't.
She should have an Oscar by now.
She ain't got one, huh?
No.
What?
And she played in a lot of movies, and she is good. Like, that don't make sense. She should have had an Oscar.
That's Auntie Ange. I don't know why Auntie Ange ain't got an Oscar yet, but she deserves one definitely. She's amazing. And then, you know how the brothers and sisters are. They make fun of each other. They see each other. Their relationship was so nice. I enjoyed it in that movie. How they portrayed each other, brother and sister and thing. Okay, so jump to now. Fine. Ooh, fine. Michael B. Jordan comes into play. He had a museum or whatever. Ooh, he's just fine.
He really was. And he had these two little girls right here. Oh my gosh.
He really, she said pennies wet. As soon as he popped on the scene. That was funny. No, but.
That's true.
God.
Further, I guess he was in the museum to steal something. Whatever. Jumping forward, he gets it. Then the guy he giving it to is a guy that actually broke out of Wakanda.
No, I thought the brother had gave him the. He helped him. He helped him steal it.
To know where it was.
And he bombed the little thing that killed a lot of people. That's right. That was kind of unfortunate. Yeah. That's why the brother had to die. Because he really, the king's brother had to die because he betrayed his country. And then he tried to kill the king. So king, with the claws. Black Panther. And then the ceremony happened. I like the way they did the little tribal ceremony. How each one was like, "Do you want to challenge this?" Yeah. And it was like, and that was kind of cool. How they were like, "No, we good." Then of course, this fine hunk of a man from the mountain came out. He was like, because he had like a wolf type stuff on him, like fur. It was like a yeah. It was like a monkey kind of thing. He was fine. He was like, "I'll challenge him." I like this. And then I like how they all set it up with the spears kind of thing going, and then with the whole challenge thing. That was kind of cool too. And then the fine hunk of a man ended up tapping out, and then he became king, and he started ruling. And as soon as he started ruling, he had to go on another mission because they just found the guy that killed people in their community. So now he already on a mission. He just became king, and he already on a mission. They have little meetings with the tribe leaders. In the meeting, that's actually kind of cool too. Like that's how you keep order. Yeah. You're not just having one person in charge, just having like a group of people, collectively in charge. That was kind of cool.
They went on a mission, and it was like, wasn't they like undercover or whatever? Because they were trying to like keep it low or whatever, like not let people know that they was there and everything. And the claws.
The South Korean restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the claws showed up or whatever. I said the claws. That's the name. Anyway, he showed up and he made the American, what was he, CIA agent or something like that? So he like made him and realized that it was all a setup. And so he just started shooting, and then one girl, she took off her wig, threw it at him and blinded him, so they was fighting and everything. And the Black Panther was fighting, which was the king.
Then he got out, escaped.
Yeah, then the car escaped. And then they got in the car and chased him, but they had threw this little thing on one of the cars, well, both of the cars. And so the sister like had the car in the lab, like it was advanced technology, so technology was really good. And she was like in the lab, but she was driving the car at in Korea or whatever. It was actually really cool.
That was really dope. I like how they did that. Like that was something I've never seen in the movie. So the kind of technology they have for that was actually pretty good. I really commend them for that one. Yeah. Let's jump a little bit. Claus ultimately gets away. Then the CIA the CIA gets him, and what happened with CIA again? Oh, so then they in there and they go. I guess CIA wouldn't let them in there until he questioned them. But he was smart enough to tag the CIA so they can hear what they. That was actually that's also some
smart.
Advanced technology right there. Where you can just put something on somebody's clothes and
listen to the conversation.
Be able to that was cool too. Boom. This jump. Michael B. Jordan comes into play again with this little mask. It was scary. I ain't gonna lie, I shivered a little bit. It was scary. Wait, I shivered. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But he.
You mad annoying shit.
So Michael B. Jordan comes to play and he steals Claus away. Claus got one arm. Let's address this. I don't get it.
But the other arm was like, you know, it was like had a lot of technology, so it like came apart and went down and had a gun in it and stuff. It's actually pretty cool.
Speaking of addressing things, let's address how his daddy had one eye when he went back into the
Bro, I kid you not, one eye was not blinking. This eye was
like
not blinking at all.
And it was staring at, I'm watching it, I'm like, why he looking over here? And then he looking at, I'm like, you supposed to be looking at your son and he looking over here. I was like, I don't know if that was a glass eye or if his eye is really like that. And you know Forrest Whitaker's eye always down here. Well, his eye always been like that. I think that's part of him. I could not imagine him with two straight eyes. Let me tell you.
Terrible.
Like, I pay attention to little things like that. Like, if you're not blinking properly, that's a problem. Like, I noticed that in movies. But ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, that's just some basic stuff about the movie that you probably didn't know, but you gonna notice when you watch it again. You gonna be like, oh, you right, his eye didn't move. Yeah, it didn't. It didn't even go left or right. It sat there.
It did not blink. This one blinked.
Blunk.
This one blinked and this one did not.
You'll notice that, trust me. Because
it gets in his face.
Sweetie, when I tell you, it's very distracting. It was distracting me. I couldn't even hear what he was saying. I was just focused on that eye. But no, moving on. Back to what we were talking about.
Between time.
In the meantime, between time, back to this whole, they in the CIA building and Claus come out and they shooting it up, and then the dumb CIA agent jumps in front of Lupita and saves her from getting shot. And that's when Black Panther the king decides to try to save the CIA agent by using this little technology ball off the wrist to put it in his spine. That was cool.
Yeah. And then he took him back to Wakanda so that his sister could heal him, and she healed him with technology.
No, it hit his spine. When you get hit in the spine, that is some real deal mess right there. So I like the way the movie played that out too, with the whole technology sticking in the ball and the thing.
And she had like his spine like above, like hovering above him, so she could see like where he was shot and like where the injury was and everything. And she had his vitals and everything. Like the technology was really advanced. It was amazing. It really was.
I like the director did amazing. Let's just say this. Okay, let's jump to the end.
So, no, let's jump. Rewind.
So Michael B. Jordan kills Claus ultimately after saving him, and that's his way of getting into Wakanda, basically. So Michael B. Jordan, come to find out, Michael B. Jordan was a little boy in the beginning that watched the people from the king like go from where he lived to out to the sky. And by turn out, Michael B. Jordan was actually the king's brother's son. Who would have thunk it? I did, but we're not talking about it.
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? Okay. Nah, but so he kind of trying to avenge his father in a way. And keep in mind, nobody in Wakanda really know what happened
except for him,
except for Forrest Whitaker, because Forrest Whitaker was a spy watching his dad. So that's when the king, Black Panther, approaches Forrest Whitaker on some, why does he have the same ring my father gave me? Like, why does he do this? And then Forrest Whitaker is just like, I'm not supposed to say anything, I'm not supposed to say anything, but he ultimately tells him, your father killed his own brother. And of course, Black Panther is upset. I would be mad too to find out like if my daddy killed my uncle and never told me about this. Like that's something real, because he made it seem like his uncle just disappeared.
And he didn't tell him about his cousin. And he knew about the cousin. He just decided to leave him there.
And then, like, why did they just bring the cousin with them? Like,
exactly.
That would have been pretty cool. That would have been better option, to just bring the cousin with them. And so then that's his way into Wakanda. And so let's talk about one tribe or whatever has this guy from Get Out. I don't know his name. If you know his name, let me know. I don't know his name. So the guy from Get Out, and let me just tell you. Let me address this.
When I see him, I just can't get out the fact that he looks like he always in a sunken place. Let's be real.
Like he'll never live that road down.
That
Every time
road-
you see him, you'll think he in a sunken place.
Like, that road right there, just, that kind of just got from, like, I would, every time I see him, I'm just thinking, just wait for a TP.
Then this comes to play. He kind of, in a way, in the movie, he was kind of pushing for Wakanda to get out of there, huh? Like, I kind of, what you thought about him?
I mean, I liked him at first, but then like when he sided with Michael B. Jordan and was like, you know, fighting against the person that, you know, he knew and that, you know, he respected or whatever, it was just like, man, that's kind of messed up, because you was riding with him for so long, and then this new guy come up and he trying to do things that they should do, but he trying to do it the wrong way, and you just gonna side with him. Like, that's messed up.
Yeah, because Michael B. Jordan, his whole thing was like, he wants to get the resources that Wakanda had out there into the world and to save a lot of other black people, black lives. He's like, I live this life. You guys don't know what's really going on. You guys, your resources can help. I understand that. That was a good point. But at the same time, the way he went about it was not the proper way to go.
Exactly. There's a way to do everything. Mm-hmm. You got to do it the right way.
Like, I feel like he could, instead of, and then so he comes in and he automatically off bat challenges Black Panther for the throne. Okay, Black Panther is not going to back down because he knows, okay, this is his cousin. He kind of obligated to give him that challenge if that's what he wants to do the challenge. So they go and they challenging each other, and basically Michael B. Jordan ultimately wins, and he throws the king over the edge. Everybody thinks he's dead. Angela Bassett's crying. Then the sisters like, no. So then this one, Lupita's like, come on guys, gotta get out of there. Which I wonder, why do you think they had to get her out of there? Was it because they was gonna throw her in the dungeon or something?
I mean, maybe he was gonna like kill her or something, or like, cause you know she wasn't gonna side with him, like she wasn't with what he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. So maybe in the end, you know,
they probably gonna try to kill her.
He was probably gonna try to kill her or lock her up or something, cause she wasn't gonna, you know, cause you remember he did whenever she came back, that bald-headed girl or whatever, she was like, is the queen and her daughter safe? So I think the ultimate point of her taking her was for her to be safe. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Angela Bassett came out with these dreads, these gray dreads.
I ain't never seen her do nothing like that before.
Me either.
Auntie Ange, honey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I liked it, honestly.
Yeah, it was okay for her. Like, I think her skin tone kind of went with it. So
I liked it. You know, it was something new, something exciting. Don't do it again, but I like it for the movie. It fit right in with the movie. Yeah. Honestly, it really did. Especially with the whole aspect of the African culture they had going on there. It fit right in. It really did. It was really good. So jump forward. Turns out Black Panther ain't dead. He actually in the mountain with the hunk of meat that earlier he had challenged the person that challenged him, and he actually saved him in the end. He was like, you owe me, I owed you a life. So
yeah, because he saved his.
He
by
saved
letting
his.
Him tap out or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Lupita, what's her name? Lupita. Yeah, mm-hmm. Whatever. She took one of the, you know, what was it? The flowers
to make you
that made them Black Panther. So, because Michael B. Jordan burned all of the plants that made them Black Panther, because he was like, it's not gonna be no other king. And when he did that, she kind of snuck in and stole one. And when they found the old king or whatever, Angela Bassett, you know, crunched it up or whatever, and gave it back to him, and they buried him again. And he saw his father, and he was really upset with his father, and talking to his father and everything. And then he came back alive.
So then that's when he's like, I gotta finish, you know, this challenge. This challenge is not over. I gotta finish. And at this point, Michael B. Jordan's really finna release all these weapons into the world. And the thing is, it's just like, you don't put all that gun action and all these resources into the world because people don't know how to use them. You need to gradually do it and teach people how to use them responsibly. Don't just give it to them, because then people gonna go crazy with it, and then that's when the world gonna go into turmoil, and then the Wakanda gonna go into turmoil because all their resources are being used elsewhere. So then they're not gonna have any resources for themselves. So his whole plan, I feel like it's gonna backfire in his face, even if the king originally did not. If he would have died anyways, it would have backfired in his face, because that's how it was gonna be. Because the way he had it planned out, he was just gonna destroy everything.
And then too, like, he wasn't willing to listen to other people. Like, he was so closed-minded that you couldn't, and hard-headed that you couldn't tell him nothing. So even if you had suggested, okay, yeah, we can put these out into the world, but there's a way we should do it. But he wasn't listening. He was just like, nah, I'm gonna do it this way, and that's it.
And I think that goes into play with forgiving and holding grudges.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff will eat you alive, and that will make you to a monster you don't imagine to be. Him having that grudge and holding that unforgiveness towards his father's killers, basically towards the person that killed his father, and him not going to Wakanda and all this other stuff, that kind of, I feel like that ate at him to make him very vengeful. And revenge is not, it's like, what happens after you get your revenge? Like does that really help in the end? Like what is it? So Black Panther comes, and then he's like, he kind of put a rein on their circus, and that's when the black lady with the bald head, she kind of tells her warriors to fight. And that's when he kind of telling his warrior, the best friend, air quote that, because he wasn't really his best friend if he switched up on him like that. Your best friend don't switch up on you like that. That is not a real friend. So he kind of, after Michael B. Jordan was like, attack him, they all went and attacked him. That's when the bald head lady sent her girls in to go help Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan was, not Michael B. Jordan, help the king, Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick.
Yeah. And finally, so Michael B. Jordan about to kill was it Lupita, or was it his sister? It was his sister. Michael B. Jordan had the little spear, and he was about to stab the sister. But then here comes Chadwick, and basically the king, and he comes, and they go down the little hole, and they just start fighting. And the sister's kind of telling the CIA, because the CIA agent is actually in the air. So after she healed the CIA agent, he's in the air, like, you know, not really in the air, because he's doing the little digital flying the airplane to kill the shipments of the weapons being out to the world. So she kind of helping him, guiding him too. And so they fighting down, Michael B. Jordan, both Black Panthers are fighting. I thought that was kind of cool how they had the orange Black Panther
and the purple.
That was cool. My two favorite colors. And what did you think about that fight?
I mean, I felt like at first I didn't think it was gonna go nowhere, because they both got the strength of Black Panther. But then, like, when he told his sister to like turn on the little train thing, and it took away their powers or whatever, so it was easier for him to be able to kill him. And I think it was kind of interesting how he killed him too, because like he put the spear in like the last little part of him that didn't have the suit. It wasn't covered with the suit when the train thing stopped working. And so it was like a close shot. Like if he didn't get it at that time in that place, he wouldn't have got him in that moment. I mean, I'm sure he would have got it later.
So Michael B. Jordan got stabbed. And what I respected about the king was Michael B. Jordan, like, he kind of was like, wanted to see the sunset, because his father told him about how beautiful Wakanda was when the sun set. And Chadwick, the king brought him. He carried him all the way up until the top where he could see the sunset.
And it was really beautiful.
That was a really nice moment.
It was really, really beautiful.
That was probably one of my favorite
parts. And then you seen like how much of a big heart the king had, because he didn't allow the fact that he tried to take over Wakanda and do all this destruction and tried to kill him and everything. He didn't like let that stop him from still, you know, giving him something that he always wanted to see.
And then at that part, the king kind of offered him like, I can heal you. And when Michael B. Jordan said his line,
yeah, that was my favorite part.
That was good.
It really was.
A really good line.
You know, he was like, what did he say? Was it when I die or?
I was like, I'd rather die.
Yeah, he was like, I'd rather die. Because he was like, we can heal you and all that stuff. He was like, for what? So you could just lock me up.
And so he like bury me. Like
he was like, throw me in the ocean like my ancestors, because even they knew that death was better than bondage. And I just felt like that was so deep.
That was like, really powerful.
A lot of them did, like a lot of slaves, when they were coming over on the ships, they did jump out because they didn't want to be slaves. They didn't want to be held in bondage and chained and made to work and whipped and sold and branded and all that.
So they rather choose their death than
have to live their life like that.
So, and that's really like, that was, if you went to that movie and you didn't hear that line, that was really something that was a real important line in that movie. That was a really good line. And I think that's something that we all should really take into consideration with the way, especially the way the world is right now. It just, society is kind of, I feel like this movie was so important to come out when it did. It was really important. He killed, so Michael B. Jordan ultimately ended up dying, or does he? I don't know. I'm actually really still suspicious about that, because I really do feel like there's more that's going to come into play with him. I don't think he out of it yet. I mean, I don't want him out of it for my own selfish reasons, because he is just so fine, and I need to see him like that again.
And little dread, he had dreads on the top and then a little fade. Ooh.
You know, I don't usually go for the villains. It was wrong for me to go for him.
But he was too fine not to.
It was just like, hello. Call me.
That's why I just hated he was the villain, like, because he was just...
I love him so much. I didn't want him to be a villain, but he did such a good job.
He did.
He really acted in that movie.
Like, I was supposed to hate him in the movie, but I just still loved him.
And you can't hate but love him. You can't hate but love him. You can't. It doesn't make sense. He's just fine. And then, so, King kind of restores everything back in order. And he's still the king, and then the movie kind of ends. Guys, if you haven't seen the movie yet, well, sorry for all the spoilers, but if you haven't seen the movie yet,
stay for after the credits, because there's the last scene, and it's like where he's at like a press conference, and he's telling them, you know, like, we want to help and all that, and then he takes his little sister to where his uncle basically was killed, and he he bought a couple buildings there, and he wants to like create this center for the youth so that they can learn science and, you know, have somewhere safe to be and stuff like that.
So it may be like it's gonna just say a little section, so just stay after that, and then you'll see so overall rating of the movie.
Personally, I give it a 10.
Mine is a 10 out of 10, all the way around, across the boards. Amazing actors, amazing actresses, amazing
scenes,
amazing storyline,
amazing technology.
It was just amazing, and then they
had little jokes in there too.
It was funny too.
It was good. Like, it was just all around good. The actors played their parts well, extremely well, and they cast the right people too. Yeah. Like, cause that's kind of hard to cast the right people for certain parts. They casted it.
I couldn't see anybody else playing those roles.
Exactly.
I can't even imagine anybody else playing those roles, and it was just really, it was all the way really good.
And not just that, their accents were on point. Like, they were amazing. You would think they were actually from Africa. Like, it was good.
Well, one from Kenya and one from Zimbabwe.
Okay, but they're not all. Angela Bassett is not from either.
That's what I'm saying. But their accents, the way it was really good. They did that for the culture. I like that one.
I'm for it.
And I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna see it again.
I would say I want to go back.
I would gladly give them my money. That's why they're breaking records right now, because it was a movie that was worth seeing, all around worth seeing.
It wasn't the director black too, so they had an all black cast, a black director. Hey, that's amazing.
It's so much just black magic happening right before our eyes, and it's amazing. And it's Black History Month. Ah!
They picked the perfect time to release it. Like, it was just, everything was so perfect.
Yeah, everything
was
was
amazing.
just couldn't have been any better than it was. It was just good. I hope they make a number 2. I'm hoping, but we don't know. We shall see. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. You know, let us know, give us feedback on how we did, or give us feedback on what you guys want to see, and just stay up. You know, stay up. Quote of the
aren't
day.
judging who you are; they're judging who they think you are.
Because you don't allow them, you only show them so much of you. They don't know who you are. Stay up. Bye.
Bye.